Is tonight the night of the attempted murder? We'll do a little bit of this because, I mean, it's important to Jevite's arc, but there's also just a big portion here where he's unconscious and we're just working things out with Adage and Finn. So we'll skip through a bit, but we can at least do the pre-investigation stuff. The nights were quiet in Cainabel. Even the cold that snatched away the desert heat couldn't penetrate the many layers of bedding I was under. When I shut my eyes, it felt just like being back in the Heights. Except there was something different tonight. No clock ticking, at least. Strange sounds disturbed the silence, like the ripples on a pond. I slowly awoke from my slumber. Footsteps, and some sort of commotion. The restlessness on the other side of the door reminded me of waking up in the call room at work when an incident broke out. At least there's no alarm this time. But I was getting an uneasy feeling. The lack of voices wasn't helping. Well, I won't learn anything waiting around here. The disquieting sounds quickly faded into the distance and then suddenly stopped altogether. My fear only grew with the silence. Something was definitely happening just on the other side of my door. I should try to see what's going on. There we go. I took up my sword just in case and opened the door. And on the other side, I found blood. That's blood. The floor was covered in blood. But whose? What on earth?
Huh? What's that?
Adage!
Hey, what happened?
I don't know. By the time I got here, the hallway was already empty. Investigations like this were typically handled by specialized detectives. I didn't have the qualifications or the experience necessary. But I'm the only police officer here, so I'll have to do it. I followed the trail of blood as I spoke to Adage. That's Jevite's room. His door was slightly ajar. An ominous feeling crept over me as I paused at the threshold. This is no time to be timid. I have to hurry. I grasped the handle and flung the door open. We found the scene of the crime.
Is that Jevite's blood?
I don't know. There isn't anyone here.
I can see that. What are you standing around for? Let's go.
Go? Before I could ask where to, Adage stepped out in front of me. His eyes narrowed as he held up the bag he had brought with him from the Heights.
To the patient. We're bound to find them if we keep following this trail of blood.
Adage said, taking off at a brisk walk. I followed behind him as if pulled by his momentum. And we're off. Okay, let's fast forward from here. We went and saw, like, Jevite's room. So now we can go and donate our blood. And we'll remain quiet. We may look over at Jevite while we're doing this. My blood flowed through the clear tube into Jevite's body. Although it was called golden blood, there was nothing remarkable about its appearance. I wonder if this will really help. His lips were completely blue as he lay on the treatment table. I need to stop. I can't lose faith. I reassured myself. Jevite was going to be all right. Okay. Yeah, just focus on Jevite during that. So, that's good. I think that's a good summation. Alright, and then we get some visitors. This is Adage checking in on us. Yeah, someone's here. Is that you, Jevite?
Sorry, it's just me.
If you're making me eat that weird coal thing, you are, aren't you? Adage, get out of here. Adage, get out of here. Get out of here. No. Is he awake? Hold on. Yeah, let's get a little update. Okay. Following the attack on Jevite, we decided to hold off on any further research activities. It wasn't like we had much choice, though. Until the culprit was apprehended, there was a strong chance we would be viewed as suspects. In fact, I could sense eyes on us wherever we went, as if we were under surveillance. It wasn't for our own protection. It was more like they were waiting for us to slip up and show our true colors. I felt like the forensic evidence from his wound and the timeline of events should have completely exonerated us, but it was up to this country's people to decide what constituted justice, not us. So mind your P's and Q's. And so, 3 days after the transfusion... He's awake?
Yes, and the first words out of his mouth were that he was hungry. Talk about unflappable.
That sounds just like Jevite. I'm relieved.
Me too. That day sucked. No one was around when I got back from the camel stables and there was blood everywhere. I was so scared. I had no idea what was going on. I mean, I wasn't scared. Not at all. So when can we see him? I've been pretty worried since they're not allowing visitors. They should be glad I didn't sneak in to check on him.
You would do that?
It wouldn't be the first time. Information broker is more than just a fancy title.
Jevite is eager to see you all too, but I'll have to check with the higher-ups first. Even I know better than to act unilaterally in this matter.
Why do we have to listen to them? We're not even from here.
That's precisely why we need to follow the protocols. As outsiders, it would be easy to pin the crime on us. You don't want to make it even easier for them, do you?
I get it. I was just venting. If you ask me, someone from the Jereme camp was probably responsible.
Jereme camp?
I mean, they don't really need 2 kings, do they? 1 country, 1 ruler. I believe that's how it was before the flood anyway. If there were ever multiple candidates, they typically fought it out to see who got the throne.
But Jereme wouldn't do that, would he? They're brothers.
So what? That doesn't make any difference. People have been betraying their own families since the dawn of time. They don't seem to get along that well, or have very high opinions of one another, do they? Not that I would know, or care, since I'm just an outsider. Pardon me, if I could have everyone's attention. King Jereme summons you. Please report to the throne room at once.
King Jereme?
Ugh, it's almost like he heard me talking about him. I don't want to go. Is it alright if I wait here?
Ulrik?
Yeah, I know. Jeez. Hey, Guards 1 and 2! You'd better keep me safe if anything happens!
Aye, aye, sir. We had been told to wait here until the king was ready for us. You look anxious, Finn.
Because I am anxious. On the off chance that anything happens, we'll be outnumbered. Even you would have a hard time fighting your way out.
You're right. But I'll manage somehow, as long as you're here.
What? You put too much faith in me.
I see your confidence is as low as ever. You're stronger than you think. We've been partners for how many years? If we work together, we can overcome any opponent. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Yes, I don't need to worry with you here.
Good. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we'll get through it just as we always do. It looks like they're ready for us. We should go. Yeah, we gotta go through the whole accusation thing. Jevite's got to come in and call his mom a liar. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Or is this when the other party's shown up? You know what? Now I can't remember. Let me just fast forward a little bit. Ah. It is when the other party showed up. I thought we were... I'm gonna just go through the log really quick, because it's been so long since I've done this. I'm like... What's happening? Yeah, okay, so this is just... The other crew made it. We haven't really talked about Jevite. I don't know. I don't know nothing, man. Leave me out of it. Ah, there we go. We just get the slap. Oh no. Don't slap yet. Okay. Alright. Let's start from here. We got mention of Jevite. Sorry, I gotta jump around because I'm just like... When... It's been so long since we went through this, I just don't remember any of the timing of anything. Okay.
Following King Jevite's example, I will take responsibility for Eltcreed, Yune, and Ines. At present, my suspicions concerning the 3 Ashnamar Levalas Jevite have yet to be resolved. Allowing you to fraternize with individuals under suspicion would be problematic. To prevent unnecessary difficulties, your parties are to refrain from contact with one another.
That sounds reasonable. In fact, it's rather generous, especially considering our current circumstances. Although there were restrictions, he was still welcoming 3 new people into his country. We're grateful for your kindness, King Jereme.
Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I must know. What are they suspected of?
You see...
King Jereme!
I turned to see the Queen Mother standing at the threshold with a bundle of cloth in her hand.
Queen Mother Maeve, what is it?
The Queen Mother marched straight to the throne, taking no heed of her surroundings. Awestruck, we all silently cleared a path for her. Goosebumps prickled ominously across my skin as she brushed past me. What is she going to do? I held my breath in anticipation.
How dare you! My precious son!
Your Highness!
At ease. Stand aside. What is the meaning of this, Queen Mother Maeve?
Of all the audacious, despicable... Everyone, I want you to hear this! The one behind the attempt on King Jevite's life was none other than King Jereme!
Jereme?
I see. And your proof of this?
Your own private guard confessed to it under interrogation. He was so racked with guilt that he took his own life the moment my servants weren't watching. What more proof do you need than this knife taken from the guard's house?
The Queen Mother said, roughly untying the bundle she carried with her. It contained a weapon inside that she thrust in front of Jereme.
Take a good look. It's still stained with his blood. My poor son, Jevite's.
The air was thick with tension. One more step and the blade in the Queen Mother's hand would be at Jereme's throat. Both his servants and I were keenly aware of this, which is precisely why none of us moved. We were too far away to do anything, and any action might only make things worse. Jereme was calm and collected, in stark contrast with the Queen Mother's fiery rage. Maintaining eye contact with her, he placed his hand on the blade.
Queen Mother Maeve, you are of high standing yourself, so you may not be aware. But that knife is an everyday item for a common person. It is typically used for cutting food, such as vegetables or meat. It is no surprise that such an object would have blood clinging to it.
What difference does that make? It's a deadly implement no matter what its purpose is. Even a fool could tell that the culprit is none other than yourself. After all...
If I died, he could have the throne to himself. Right? Or even if I survived, perhaps I might step down out of fear. Isn't that what you're thinking?
Jevite, you're...
Alive and well. Apologies for making you worry, Mother. And to you as well, King Jereme. I've caused no small amount of trouble for you. I promise to make up for it, so please have mercy. How are you feeling? You can't have recovered already, surely. Incredulous as always, I see. I'm made of tougher stuff than that. Though, I'll admit, it was a close call this time. It seems the gods saw fit for me to pull through. Apparently it was descendants of the sacred bird that saved me. I see. I'm relieved. Indeed. Unfortunately, the attack was so sudden I wasn't able to see who was behind it. But I survived. So, all's well that ends well, right? All right, Mother?
No, it's not. It's not all right. I won't accept it! What are you saying? How can you laugh at a time like this, Jevite? You almost died! This man tried to kill you! Even though you're all I have left.
Oh, Mother. Please don't cry. I had planned to let it go, but I understand. If it's so important to you, then the culprit will be punished. But only after a thorough investigation. We don't have enough proof yet.
Here's all the proof you need!
That knife doesn't prove a thing. Anybody could get one just like it in the market. I would have preferred to ask King Jereme's private guard about it, but unfortunately that's no longer an option. We'll just have to gather more evidence.
Jevite took the knife from the Queen Mother before plopping himself down on his throne.
Honestly, I can't stand this seat. It's so cold and uncomfortable. But today, just for today, I rather like it. It makes me feel like I'm really back. Now, how shall we proceed, King Jereme? This meeting is over. What? But we haven't even done anything. Shouldn't you introduce me to those three or something? I'm busy. Do as you wish. That is all. Alright, see you around, King Jereme. Please don't scowl like that. You'll put wrinkles on your beautiful face. I'll see you back to your room. You all tend to our guests.
Yes, sir.
Well, he lived. Alright. I'll do a little bit of this. I don't know if we talked about what shenanigree just went down. The rooms that had been prepared for Eltcreed and the others were apparently on the opposite side of the palace from ours, so we parted ways as soon as we exited the throne room. We had finally been reunited after all this time, but now it was just the four of us again. It looks like your reunion with Eltcreed was short-lived. Alright, fine. You guys can do that. And you guys can have your bromance moment. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I wonder if Finn and Yune have, like, a bro scene. Oh, hello. Because I think Adage and Ines did in, like, the final fight. So... let's see... Here we go. This is a good spot. I can't sleep. It was probably because I couldn't stop thinking about what happened in the throne room. I should have been tired, but I was wide awake. Maybe if I go for a walk. I got out of bed and straightened my clothes. I thought about grabbing my sword, but I should be okay without it. The palace is safe and protected with all those guards stationed around. Then again, that's probably what Jevite thought. I doubt he ever imagined that he would be attacked inside his own home. I know I certainly wouldn't have expected it. My house was where I felt most at ease. After a long deliberation, I fastened my sword to my hip. Now I'll be safe if anything happens. Considering your home was broken into and you were attacked, good call. I had hoped I might bump into someone, but the common area was deserted. The crackling of flames was the only break in the silence. I'll bet everyone else is already asleep. The scrolls that littered the floor probably belonged to Ulrik. I had just crouched down to pick them up before someone stepped on them when... footsteps? Someone was approaching from the corridor. I strained my eyes to see, but the darkness made it difficult.
What a surprise! I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Jevite? How are you recovering?
Well, thanks to you. The moon is particularly beautiful tonight, is it not?
He's acting as if nothing happened. As I gazed at him curiously, he shrugged his shoulders and moved closer.
don't you feel anything? Our people revere the moon. Do yours not? It holds a special place for us. Our oldest god, Nepra, is born with the dawn and dies with the sunset. An endless cycle of death and rebirth. For us who drift on the brink of eternal change, the day is a time for life and activity, while the night is a time for death and quiet rest. The night robs the earth of its heat and its light. It blurs boundaries and masks the truth. But the moon alone guides us here in the desert. It is the eye of Nepra, bequeathed to us that we might not lose our way. It is also a vessel. The moon collects the departed souls of the dead, purified of their sins by the black of night, granting them new life in the next world. A symbol of hope that waxes and wanes but never fades.
It sounds so mystical. We don't have any stories like that in the Heights.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we have Saint Yune instead. We put all our faith in him.
Ah yes, the ageless and immortal one. That little squirt I met earlier today had the same name, didn't he?
You disrespect our priest.
So that really was him after all. He just looks like a young lad. I see. I suppose there's no room for uncertainty when you have clear proof of miraculous beings. It's cold here. Cyrus, will you come to my room?
Your room?
Yes. I would like to continue this conversation, and I can't really make advances in a place like this.
What do you mean?
Don't you know there are hidden guards stationed all over? They hear everything. Plus, there's no telling when one of your friends might show up. Although if you don't mind them listening, that suits me just fine.
No, of course not. It's fine if we're just talking, but...
I'm only kidding. Your reactions are always so cute. I have no untoward motivations in inviting you to my room. I just want to stay with you a little longer. Is that alright?
We're only going to talk, alright?
Yes, of course. Oh, but I suppose I should warn you. Pushing back so emphatically could make someone think you're playing hard to get, so be careful not to do it with anyone other than me. Well then, shall we? Your hand, my princess.
Oh dang, I forgot about the My Princess line though. Fan of that.
I'll get us something warm to drink. Make yourself at home.
Do you need my help?
What do I look like, an invalid? I can take care of it myself. Just leave it to me.
Fine. That's what I said, but really, I could never make myself comfortable in another person's room. My body was tense, like I was participating in a rare ceremony held only once every few years. Are these bottles full of medicine?
Oh, Adage left those here. One is for pain, the other he called antibiotics, I think. He told me to finish them over the next week. An awfully practical treatment from the descendants of the sacred bird Pesichet, don't you think?
I want to say that the ends justify the means. It was the only way we could get them to agree.
I understand. You didn't want the shaman to get hurt, correct? He was doing his sincere best too. But it takes more than good intentions to save someone. Dozens of sacrificial sheep and the prayers of every citizen in the country weren't enough to stay the late king's soul from departure. If only we had run into your group earlier, he might still be alive. I suppose I'm lucky to have been spared myself. My untimely death would have sent the country into turmoil. At worst, there might have been a total collapse. You have my sincerest gratitude. I owe you my life.
Adage is the one who did everything. You should be thanking him.
Ah yes. He's personally told me many times how grateful I should be. It's not often you encounter someone so emphatic in this regard. He's a strange one. That reminds me, he also told me I would be dead if not for you, but he wouldn't explain the reason why. Do you happen to know?
He's probably referring to my golden blood.
Golden blood? Your blood is gold?
Not literally. That's just what they call it because anyone can receive a transfusion from me.
A transfusion? What's that?
Oh, I should have explained. I'm not a doctor, though, so I don't really understand the specifics. A transfusion is when someone suffering blood loss or blood shortage from a particular disease receives blood from another person.
Another person's blood? But isn't that dangerous?
Of course. You have to ensure the blood type, that is, the specific kind of blood, is compatible. My blood type is special, so I can give it to anyone.
And that's why it's called golden blood. I see. So that's the technique that saved my life. To be honest, the thought of someone else's blood flowing through my veins is a little...
I see. I can understand why it might be unsettling when you think about it like that. That's probably why Adage didn't say anything. I'm sorry, I should have been more prudent.
No, I was the one who asked. You have nothing to apologize for. I owe you my gratitude. Thank you, Cyrus.
By the way, what about the perpetrator's identity? Have you gathered any more information?
Who do you think it was?
Why are you asking me?
I'm just curious. I'd like to hear multiple perspectives.
I see. Well, I don't think it was King Jereme.
Why not?
Because he's your family.
I see. Very interesting. I'm glad I asked. Family members don't fight in your country.
There are regrettable incidents every now and then, but nothing is more important than family. We're all taught that from a young age. Is it different in Cainabel?
It is. We believe in country before family. There are stories throughout our history and mythology of people who are forsaken for the good of the nation.
Do you think it was Jereme?
No, my brother is innocent.
Jevite said before quietly pouring a cup of tea. He handed it to me without a word, but wouldn't let go. His eyes locked with mine, and he moved his face closer. Jevite.
I know who was behind the attack on me. It was the Queen Mother.
My mind stopped in its tracks at his revelation, the two of us close enough for me to feel his breath. But why? On what basis?
You wouldn't understand, even if I told you.
Don't make assumptions. I won't understand anything if you don't tell me.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
He let go of the cup and sat in a nearby chair.
On what basis?
He says it like someone else made the accusation.
I suppose because that's how she is isn't a good enough reason?
Jevite. The Queen Mother is...
Yes, she's my mother. And she has proof. She apprehended one of our private guard and even confiscated a weapon. That little performance in the throne room was probably because she was getting anxious that her errand boy hadn't returned. Any concerns about her son's well-being were secondary. Her tears, her words, it was all a lie. She's good, I'll grant her that. Her specialty is preying on people's sympathies. I had intended to keep an eye on her, but it wasn't enough. I've learned quite a bit from her. Maybe I should have seen this coming. She rose from a common civilian to the ranks of Queen Mother. It's very impressive.
He really thinks... Just like when we encountered the Queen Mother on the street the other day, he spoke as if she was a complete stranger. Maybe I was uncomfortable with all this because I was an outsider, unfamiliar with this country's culture. He was the one who had almost died. His own mother was the culprit. And yet, he was talking as if it were some sort of gossip that didn't concern him. To be honest, it seemed like I was more shocked than he was. Although he was probably going through inner turmoil even if it didn't show on the surface. Not in any way that I could see, at least. His true feelings were inscrutable to me. Is that just what people are like here? If what you say is true, then what are you going to do about it?
Regicide is a serious crime, even if the attempt is unsuccessful. I'll have to hand down judgment. Your face says you're not convinced. What would you do in my place? Overlook it because she's family?
If I remember correctly, I think it's this one. Is the up. It is. That's probably our last choice. I'm curious. Hold on. Yep. We're full on up. Boop. I wouldn't overlook it, but I'd encourage her to turn herself in.
Turn herself in?
Under Heights law, if a criminal comes forward to the investigative body before they're apprehended, they receive a reduced penalty. Motive is also taken into account. She must have had a reason. What if you tried talking to her about it?
I'm certain she did have a reason. If she just wanted to inflict pain and suffering on someone, she wouldn't have targeted me. Turn herself in, huh? It seems unfair to give someone a lighter sentence just because they claim to be remorseful. Imagine how the victim must feel. You're right. I'll try talking with her, as you suggest. Given her standing, it could cause an uproar if the public suddenly found out what she did. I'll have to handle this through the proper procedures. Thank you for sharing your perspective. There aren't many who can give me their honest opinion, so I'm grateful to have you.
I'm so curious if he's going to still kill her or if he's going to do something different this time.
This must be a terrible inconvenience. My apologies for involving you in this.
How can you be so calm about everything? You were attacked, and the culprit is your own family, but you act as though it doesn't concern you. I don't understand.
I'm not calm at all. I'm actually quite despondent. But at the same time, I feel refreshed, as if a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. I know what I need to do now.
You're going to talk with her?
Yes. We're still mother and child, no matter how rotten.
Good luck. I pray that things go well for you.
Thanks. I wish you didn't have to leave. If only time could stop in this moment. I want to forget all my troubles and just stay with you like this forever.
Was that one of your advances?
Oh. I thought that was new. Boop.
That's interesting. Grab her hair. Fingers to chin. I'm a fan of this CG. It's very, very pretty.
You noticed, huh? It's true. I'm putting the moves on you. I hope it works.
I don't know what to do.
I only recognize it because of those seminars. Hey, those seminars are paying off though, girl.
They never taught us how to respond, though. Well, no, there was an opportunity for me to learn, but I was too embarrassed to participate. I didn't want people to think I was that interested in love. Interesting.
So you could have learned, but you actually held back from some seminars. Okay, interesting.
I wish I could go back and scold myself, but it's too late for regrets now.
You're blushing. It's very cute.
I'll bet you say that to everyone.
What? Little compliments like that? They're just like pleasantries to me, a way to keep the conversation flowing. But I actually happen to be quite taken with you. So much so that I yearn to know more about you. Is there any chance you could stay behind when your group returns to the Heights? Or is that too much to ask?
I don't...
I thought as much. I understand. Really. Please, just... let me have this dream for now. Salish Mifalna.
What does that mean?
You are my son. It's something you say to the one you love.
Dang. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Love Boy, we've hung out like 3 times, but you know what? You're cute. I'll allow it. The one you love? I'm sorry, I don't know how to respond. I'm not accustomed to situations like this.
Don't worry about it. It wouldn't be like you to flirt back. Although the thought is appealing. I feel like I understand you in my own way. It's alright. Don't change who you are. Your innocence is part of your charm.